preparation, all the travel, all the planning, all the buying and everything else that has gone in. The day has arrived and the time has arrived. And you are now going to celebrate a ceremony which expresses what's happening in a very deep way in your life. You're stepping over a threshold in your life. You're stepping over, it's like stepping over a river into a world that's the far side of the river. And it promises a whole new life to the two of you. And you look back in the years ahead on this day as being a bridge into a new life. There'll be a before and there'll be an after today in your memory. So what the ceremony today is trying to do, because what's happening between the two of you is something actually spiritual in the sense that it's not physical material. You walked in here and when you walk out you look more or less exactly the same, but something very fundamental has changed. So what the ceremony is trying to do is express this fundamental spiritual change that's taking place in your life. And not just express it, but also bless it. So that's what the sermon is about. My name is Dara, and I'm a Celtic priest and monk. My whole background, my whole adult life has been oriented towards spiritual living. In the early part of my life, I was a Roman Catholic priest. Then I moved to the Aran Islands, which you can see actually out off the coast here, to be a hermit monk, and I was like that for 10 years. Then I left the institutional church and I became a sort of freelance priest and monk. I got married. I now have 4 lovely children and a wife whose birthday was yesterday, so I had to bring her home the flowers. So you're going to have to do this, you know. You're going to remember this date every year and bring home the flowers. This is the sort of work that I'm doing at this period of my life, and it's lovely work to be sort of a facilitator. I feel I'm a sort of midwife, actually. You know, I'm delivering the two of you into a new life together. And it's a very nice job to have, I must say. So we're going to begin the ceremony by saying a prayer, and this is a very ancient prayer. It's the prayer of St. Patrick's breastplate. Can you imagine that? He's supposed to have had this big shield over his chest, but it wasn't a physical one, because actually he wasn't in any physical danger in Ireland. Nobody wanted to kill him. But this was protection against evil and against harm, and it was a prayer, which was like a shield over him. And so we're going to read a little bit of the prayer to start the ceremony. And may the shield that protected Patrick all his life be the same shield that protects the two of you in your life together. I arise today through the strength of heaven, light of sun, radiance of moon, splendor of fire, speed of lightning, swiftness of wind, depth of sea, stability of earth, firmness of rock. I rise today through God's power which leads me. Now, having blessed you with the 4 elements, I invite you to make your vows to one another. So, Jeff, if you go over this side, and you just stand up, Jessica, and just step out a little bit maybe, and then take each other's hands. You can move away from the chair a bit so that your train is nice and tight. How about that? Okay, so in your own time.
Jessica Renee Haley, you're my best friend. I love you beyond words. I respect you with all that I am, and I trust you with my life. It's my desire to enter into a covenant relationship with you, become one with you forever. Today I'm trading in the words me and mine for us and ours. It's my desire to encourage you and lift you up past the peak of your limitless potential, to catch and carry you when you're too weak to stand on your own, and be a beacon of light that continually guides you back into the arms of Jesus. I want to join together with you and God and become the ultimate cord of 5 strands. You, the Trinity, and me, God in the center. And I want us to always remember that it was God that brought us together. And I want us to revisit that beautiful story often. Hand in hand, I want to grow in intimacy with you. Hand in hand, I want to grow closer to God with you. And hand in hand, I want to come to agreement and declare God's protection over our lives and our relationship. From this day forward, I lay down my life for you, and it's a privilege. Today marks the end of my life and the beginning of ours. That being said, allow me to give you my word. I promise to always love you. I promise to always be faithful to you. And I promise to never give up on us. Jessica, one of the best things that has ever happened to me. I want to spend the rest of my life being one of the best things that's ever happened to me.
Very author, didn't I? I wrote mine on my iPad. Clearly couldn't bring that in here, so.
You were good?
As a little girl, I found to this day, and I probably imagined every single detail about it, millions and millions of times, changing everything about it a million times. And I thought about who would be standing next to me and all the qualities that that man would carry. I thought for sure that would never happen. I thought for sure that I'd have to settle. He's fine. But the Lord has continually blessed me in my life, and you are so much more than I ever could have possibly imagined. I love how determined you are, and how when you put your mind to something, you create it and you finish it. And that's how I know that today you're not just promising me today, but you're promising me forever. And I love that about you. And I love how you make me feel. I love how you make me laugh when I don't want to laugh. And I love when you make me angry when I don't want to be angry. But then you always make me laugh. I love how you're always the first one to be more humble than me. And how you know exactly what I need to hear when I need to hear it. You become my comfort and my calming. And God gave me that. And I promise to stay truthful to you in my body, my mind, and my soul. I promise to love you forever. I promise to try and be more humble when I need to be. I promise to get better at cooking. So you can eat good meals. I promise to support you in your dreams and try and help make those come true. I promise to encourage you when you need encouragement. I promise to pray for you, and I promise to pray with you. And I promise to always keep God ahead of us so that we can follow Him. I promise to always tell you my opinions, even if you don't want to hear them, but I promise to respect our choices and know that it's not just me who gets to run everything. I promise to let you lead to where we need to go in our life, and I trust that you will follow God. I am so blessed to be with you and call you my husband. I love you forever.
Well done to you both. So we now have a blessing of the rings before you exchange the rings to express what it is you've just said to one another. So you have the rings. Don't give them to me, please, because what I want you to do is put your hand out with the rings on them to everybody. Let everybody put their hand on the rings and put a quick blessing on them so that you get a blessing from everybody here very much. just stay that side of them. I think you can hold the rings for them to take. Maybe Jeff, if you take the ring for Jessica first. And place it on her finger. And say, Jessica, I give you this ring.
Jessica, I give you this ring
as a symbol of the covenant
as a symbol of the covenant
into which we have entered.
in which we have entered.
Accept with it
Accept with it
the wisdom of my counsel,
the wisdom of my counsel,
the warmth of my embrace,
the warmth of my embrace,
and the strength of my love.
and the strength of my love.
Now Jessica, you take the ring for Jeff. Place it on his finger and say, Jeff, I give you this ring.
I'm sorry.
Jeff, I give you this ring. You're allowed to listen to him first. That's priority. Jeff, I give you this ring
Jeff, I give you this ring
as a symbol of the covenant
as a symbol of the covenant
into which we have entered.
into which we have entered.
Accept with it
Accept with it
the wisdom of my counsel,
the wisdom of my counsel,
the warmth of my embrace,
the warmth of my embrace,
and the strength of my love.
and the strength of my love.
And now we do an ancient ceremony of hand fasting. I suppose you could call it tying the knot, but it's an ancient Irish ceremony or Celtic ceremony through which people got married. They got a druid or somebody in the spiritual realms to take a sacred cord and tie it around their forehands. So layer your hands one on top of the other like a 4-layer cake. That's it. And as I tie the knot, I invite you to think of yourselves now like two trees that are growing side by side. You're giving each other shelter and support. Underneath the ground, your roots are intertwining more and more as you both reach for the sources of life. And above the ground, your branches are intertwining more and more as you both reach for the stars and the fulfillment of your dreams. Jessica and Jeff, I declare you husband and wife. Give each other a kiss and we all give them a Yeah. And spread your hands out and you're free to embrace now if you want to.